Look at this. In my organization, I have few applications like sales application, service application, loan application, credit card, or HR. I have Charter, I have Apex, I have customer object. This is my production. On the production, what I have: sales application, service application, loan application, loan, then a credit card or otherwise HRM, Apex, customer object. These are the applications and Apex, Charter, customer, this type of things are available. Look at the point. Look at the point. If anybody purchase Salesforce license, this person purchased a Salesforce. If anybody purchase a Salesforce license, what he will be able to access? He can access CRM, right? CRM means what will be there in the CRM? Sales, service. They are the CRM application. He can access force.com. That means whatever you are trying to create of your own, Apex programming, Visual Force. Am I right? Anybody who purchase Salesforce license, what he is capable of accessing? Anybody who purchase Salesforce license, he is capable of accessing CRM and Force.com. When I say CRM, applications developed by Salesforce, which is a sales service. Force.com, application what your organization has developed, Apex programming, Visual Force and Charter. Now, these are the services which are available for the people who purchase Salesforce license. Salesforce is allowing you to work on these features. Salesforce is allowing you to work on these features. When Salesforce is allowing you to work on these features, whether your company allows or not is secondary. Now, let me give you clearly. Anybody who purchase Salesforce license, let us say. Now, look at the point. Now, I can speak 3 languages. Look at it. Let us say I can speak 4 languages. When I can speak 4 languages, but Capital Info Solutions asked me to speak in only 3 languages. Now, what I am capable? I am capable of speaking in Telugu, Hindi, English and Kannada. I can speak these 4 languages. But the Capital Info Solution people told, when you are taking a class in Hyderabad, you speak either only in English, Telugu and Hindi, don't speak in Kannada. Now, when Capital Info Solution is saying speak only in Hindi, Telugu and English, doesn't mean that I cannot speak other languages. Now, my capabilities are different. What I am performing is different. My capabilities are different. What I am performing is different. Let us say, now I am taking the classes now. When I am taking the Salesforce, doesn't mean that I don't know other technologies. Now, I am a Java developer, I am a Hadoop developer, then I went to the version controlling, then I came to Salesforce. But when the people, I am taking the classes in Capital Info Solution, people know me as a Salesforce developer. It doesn't mean that I didn't work on other technologies. Right? Now, what are my capabilities? My capabilities, I can work on Java. I had 7 years of experience on Java. Then I had a Hadoop 6 months. Then I went to version controlling. Then I came to Salesforce with 7 years of experience. But when you are looking at the Capital Info Solution, those people told me you are supposed to take the classes only for Salesforce. Now, my capabilities are different. Out of my capabilities, according to the Capital Info Solution, what they need, they are utilizing it. Are you getting my point here? Now tomorrow, if they ask me to take Java classes, I will also take a Java class. Depends upon the Capital Info solution requirement. Are you getting? Now, who will decide my capabilities? As I told you, as I can speak 4 languages, when I'm taking the class in Hyderabad, they told very strictly, you are supposed to speak in only Hindi, English and Telugu, no Kannada should be used. When I go to Bangalore, then the Capital Info solution says, you are supposed to speak in Hindi, English and Kannada, no Telugu. Now, if I go to Pune, if they ask me to speak in Marathi, I cannot speak. This is not my capability. Right? So what Capital Info solution can do, it can exercise the options out of my capabilities. Whatever my capabilities are there, out of these capabilities, according to their choice, they can use me. But who will decide my capabilities? License what I decided will decide my capabilities. License what I purchased will decide my capability. Now, if I am purchasing a Salesforce license, anybody who purchased the Salesforce license, they are capable of working with a CRM and Force.com. Out of these capabilities, what your company want you to work, what your company want you to see is decided by profile. Your capabilities are decided by license. What Salesforce is allowing you to work, license. What your company want you to work, profile. What Salesforce is allowing you to work, license. Out of that capabilities, what your company want you to work is profile. Are you clear? Now, I have designed, boss, these two profiles, first the profiles will be designed. These two profiles I have created. Now, I am designing this. I told, I am designing this too for the Salesforce licensed people. Now tell me, once you go to the movie theater, will they create a seat or only seats will be existing? Now, when you go to movie theater, purchase a first class ticket, will they create one seat for you and give you? No, right? So what will happen? First class, these are the seats available. I will issue any one of the seat, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Second class, these are the seats available. Now take 1 or 2 or 3, right? Like say platinum, boss, recliner seats, these are available. I will give you 1 or 2 or 3. So what happened? Well in advance they create the seats. When you go there, they'll issue any one of the seats. Like that, the application also, profiles will be created first. So whoever want to take a recliner seat, out of these 20, any one of the seat I'll give you. If whoever is taking a gold, out of these 400 tickets, any one of the ticket I'll give you. Right? Similarly, in the application, we will create the profiles first. Whenever we are creating a new employee, when he comes, I am coming with a Salesforce license to you, take any one of these profile designed for Salesforce license. Are you getting? So first the profiles are created. Now, anyone who take Salesforce license, they get the following capabilities. Out of these, what my company want you to work? Sales, loan, Apex, Visualforce, Charter. If I give this profile, I told service, loan, Apex, Visualforce, Charter. Now what is this? I enable this option. Then I told, boss, if anybody comes to me and say I have a Salesforce license, he is capable of working with, I will decide. Why did I give him Salesforce license? Because I want him to work on CRM also. Your company is deciding for this employee we have to give a Salesforce license. Why did you decide to give him Salesforce license? I want him to work on CRM and Force.com. Okay, out of the CRM and force.com, what functionalities he has to see? Which applications he has to see? Which tables he has to see? Can he create a new role? Can he create a new custom object? Can he write a program? Can he create a Apex code? Can he delete the report? Can he create a report? What this user can do? Boss, I recruited you and I decided you have to work on a sales application. When I decided that you have to work on sales application, what type of license I have to give you? Salesforce license. When you are creating a new employee in the organization, you know why you recruited him. You know what you want this guy to work. According to what this guy has to work, give him one license. Why did you recruit this guy? I want this guy to work on loan application. Then he require only force.com. No need of going for CRM. I recruited this guy to work on service application and HRM application. Okay, this guy has to have access to CRM application. Give him Salesforce license. So when you are recruiting any person, we should know what he was supposed to work on. According to that only, we give the license. Now, for these three people, I gave these two licenses. Look at this. Sure. So, all these three people purchased what? Salesforce license. That's why I have given them profiles created on the Salesforce. Now I am asking, boss, what is this profile? Profile in the Salesforce will tell you what user can see in the organization. Profile in the Salesforce will tell you what user can see in the organization, what user can perform in the organization, what user can see, what user can perform in the organization is decided by profile. Profile will tell you which applications you can see, which objects you can see, which tabs you can see, which fields you can see. Okay, can you create a report? Can you create a new profile? Can you create a new user? Can you write a program? Can you delete a program? Can you create a profile? Can you create a report? Can you handle the business hours? Can you modify the company data? What you can do, what you are permitted to work in the company is given by profile. So what is a profile? Profile will specify what user can see, what user can perform in the organization. There are two types of profiles what we have. Standard profile, custom profile. Standard profile means profile created by the user, created by the Salesforce is called standard profile. Any profile created by the Salesforce is called standard profile. What is a custom profile? Profile created by the user. Any profile that is created by the Salesforce cannot be deleted. Any profile created by the Salesforce cannot be deleted. Now, custom profiles, you can delete it. Custom profiles, delete it. I hope you are good. Any profile created by the Salesforce cannot be deleted. We can manage it. If you want, you can modify the permission. Now, it is a good practice. It is a good practice. It is a good practice to create a custom profile and assign instead of assigning a standard profile. Why? Standard profile is there. You take a copy of the profile, create a custom profile. You manage whatever you want on this. So that tomorrow if you want, you can cancel this. Still your standard profile will be there. So always try to create a custom profile and assign to the users. Okay. Now, once again, what is a profile? Profile in the Salesforce will specify what user can see, what user can perform. Now, what it controls? It controls applications, objects, tabs, fields, administrative level permission, user level permission. Profile controls applications, objects, tabs, fields, administrative permission, user level permission. Everything is going to control. How many types of profiles we have? Two types. Standard, custom. If Salesforce create, standard. If user create, custom. Right. Now, can I delete a standard one? No. Can I manage the custom one? Yes. Can you manage the standard one? Yes. Can I delete a custom profile? Yes. Every profile is designed for any one of the license. Now, every profile is designed for any one of the reasons. If some user come to me and say I have Salesforce, I have to give which profile. So every profile when you are designing, they'll ask you, this profile was designed for which category of licenses? This profile was designed for which category of license? Then I will tell, I am designing this profile for this category of license. Now, whenever you want to create a new profile, you have to ensure that you are copying any one of the existing profile. Every new profile is a copy of any one of the existing profile. Why it is a copy of any one of the existing profile? The reason is when I choose a license, I get thousands of options, like hundreds of options will be there. How do I remember for this license these many options will come? There is a reason. What will I do? I will copy any one of the existing profile designed for that particular license. Then all the options will come. And then you manage which one you want to enable, which one you want to disable. So every new profile is a copy of any one of the existing profile. Every new profile is a copy of any one of the existing profile. I hope you are clear. Right. Let us see how to design a custom profile. Let us see how to design a custom profile. Creating our own custom profile. Okay. So look at this, everyone. Let me go to the lightning. Look at this. Administration. What we have? Users. So what you are able to see here? List of profiles which are already built. Standard profiles. And every profile was given for one license. One category of license. The new profile. I am designing this for Salesforce license. System administrator profile was created for Salesforce. Okay. Manage. Click on edit. We have list of options. Administrative permissions. Look at this. List of options. They are giving which applications you can see. Which application you can see. What are the connected apps we have? Now what we have? Tab settings. Administrative permissions. General user permissions. List of standard objects. List of custom objects. Desktop integration. Now what was this? Group of permissions are coming here. Out of this, what you want to give, what you don't want to give, remove this. Now what you want to give, what you don't want to give. Are you getting my point? What license is this? Salesforce. Let us go to the next one. Setup. Administration. Users. Files. What we have here? New file. Copy any one of the profile. Now I am going with a Salesforce platform user. HR operations. Go and click on edit. Then which applications we have? Connected apps, tab settings, administrative permissions, general user permissions, standard object permissions, custom object permissions. Look at this list of. Now number of options are reduced now because it's a platform. You don't have any CRM applications. We don't have any CRM applications. Only standard applications. Okay, only custom applications. Now if I'm trying to create a new profile, then I have Salesforce platform. You're done. Go to charter profile or charter free user, customer, edit. Now look at this. Total number of options are completely reduced. With respect to this license, these are the permissions what we are getting. Out of these permissions, whatever you want to enable, you enable those. Out of these permissions, whatever you want to enable, you enable this. I hope you are good with this. Out of this permission, what you want to enable, you enable it. So what happened here? Based on the license, options will come. Out of those options, what you want to give, enable those permissions. It is called profile. So at the end of the game, what is a profile? Profile will tell what user can see, what user can perform, which applications you can see, which objects you can see, which tabs you can see, which user level permissions you have, what administrative level permissions you have, which fields you can see. Everything is controlled by profile. I hope you are good with this. Clear? Right. If two users have the same profile, look at this. For these two people, I give same profile. For these two people, I give same profile. If I give same profile, they'll get same permissions. If I give same profile, they'll get same permission. Are you clear about this? Clear for everyone? Okay. Profile will tell what you can do. Now, what you can see. Why these people got only these options? Because these are designed for platform. When I said platform, no sales, no service. Why this person is able to see only this? I told charter license. You will not get a sales or post.com. You get only charter. Depends upon which category of license you are taking, options will come. Because these people took Salesforce, they got this many options. Because these people took a platform, they got only this option. This fellow took only charter, only that option came. Based on your license, options will come. Out of those options, what you want to enable or disable, we have to choose it. I hope you are good. Clear? Clear for everyone? Okay. Now look at this, everyone. We have hierarchy. What is this hierarchy, boss? We have role hierarchy. What is that role hierarchy? In the organization, who can access which records? There will be a hierarchy. Now, like say when you go for any business operation, VP sales, regional manager, regional manager, sales executive. There will be some structure. The structure will not give you any permissions. Structure will tell you what data you can see. Structure will tell you which data you can see. Structure will not tell what to do in the organization. Structure will not tell what you do in the organization. It only tells which data is visible to you. Now look at this. I have CEO. If I take a college director, Now, here we have some administrative officer. Accounts manager. Now, this is what we got. Look at the format. Sham has a role of Ram has a role of Kiran has a role of lecturer. Now look at this. In the company, what Sham can do and Ram can do, Kiran can do. Both of them have same profile, right? If both of them have same profile, both can perform same work in the company. But Kiran will report to Ram, because Kiran is a lecturer, Ram is a professor. Work, both of them will do the same type of work. Both of them have the same permissions, but Kiran has to report to Ram, because lecturer role has to report to professor role. Now Ram can see Kiran data. Kiran cannot see Ram data. Are you getting? So as per the hierarchy, who can see which data? It will specify the hierarchy of visibility of data. It will specify hierarchy of visibility of data. Who will report to whom? But role will not tell what you can do. Role is not going to tell what you can do in the company. It only says which data will be visible to you as per the hierarchy. Now, principal can see assistant professor data, associate professor data, lecturer data, professor data, and HOD data. Director can see principal data, AO data, professor, HOD, lecturer, because the hierarchy. Now, role will not tell what to do in the company. It only says hierarchy. When you are in the hierarchy, the director can see subordinate data. Which data is visible to you, which is not visible to you. Are you getting my point? Profile will tell what you can do in the company. Role will tell which data will be visible to you in the team. As per the hierarchy, which data will be visible, who will report to whom. I hope you are good. Now, is there any connection between role and profile? No connection. Profile is the major one, which controls what user can do, what user can see. Role tells, as per the hierarchy maintained by the company, which data will be visible to you, which will not be visible to you. Whose data you can see, whose data you cannot see. I hope you are good. Clear? Right. If I want to create any user, employee is nothing but a user in the Salesforce. When I say I am creating an employee, he is nothing but a user in the Salesforce. Whenever I want to create a user, first I have to decide this user has to work on what. This user has to work on what? You want this guy to work on any one of the CRM application? Yes, give him Salesforce license. You want this guy to work on only Force.com applications? Give him only platform license. I want this guy to work on only commodities? Give him commodity license. So when you want to create any employee, first, what is the motive of making this employee? What is the motive of creating this employee? If you know the motive, we know what license to give. This user should have which license. If I know the license, for this license, a group of profiles will be there. Choose any one of the profile as per your requirement, give to the user. And tell him what is the role to whom he has to report. Are you getting my point? Okay, look at this. How to create a role structure? Same story. Administrator, users, what we have? This is how we got the structure. I don't like the roles. They already given a predefined role structure. Now I'm creating add role. Here I'm giving journal manager reporting to. Name of the role reports to whom? Regional manager reporting to. Zonal manager. Sales manager reporting to regional manager. HR manager reporting to general manager. Clerk reporting to so look at the roles here. Role structure. This is a structure what we created. Zonal manager, regional manager. Under regional manager we have HR manager and HR sales manager. Right? Under the HR manager we have HR executive. What was this? This is the structure what your organization is following for the visibility of the data. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point here? Just what did I do? Add role. Name of the role reports to which role? Name of the role reports to which role? Now already they gave some structure which I don't like. This is my own structure. Whatever the structure Salesforce has given, I don't like. Create your own structure. Now I want to delete the structure what they give. If you want to delete the structure what they give, first I have to, let us say, I want to delete this role. When you want to delete the role, they say first delete the subordinate. If you have any roles reporting to you, you cannot delete. If you have any roles reporting to you, you cannot delete. So what should I do? Assign them to someone else, report them to some other role and delete. Look at the format. Roles. Right now, what is the structure you are finding? Tree structure. I don't want to go with the tree structure. I want to go with the list tree. Then start deleting them. First, the subordinate role should be deleted. Look at this. If you want to delete any role, first the subordinate role should be deleted. If you want to delete any role, first the subordinate role should be deleted. If you want to delete any role, subordinate role should be deleted. Are you getting my point? If you want to delete any one of the role, first the subordinate role should be deleted, then only I can delete it. There is a reason I am deleting all the subordinate roles here. Same thing if you want to go with the classic. Setup, administer, manage users, roles, so this is how we created. So in how many ways I can see? Tree view, tree structure, sorted list structure, alphabetically sorted, list view. Tree view, list view and sorted view. Tree view, list view and sorted view. Out of all these, which is the easiest way for us? Tree view. Are you clear? How are you creating? Setup, administer, manage users, roles, Now you tell where you want to add. Now I want to say this zonal manager has to report to CEO. Edit, reports to reassign. So testing under CO we have CFO, SVP and zonal manager. If I want to delete any one of the role, go to subordinate and delete first. Are you clear? Right. Then I have if any users are there, assign. Right. Look at the format. I got it. Now what I'm trying to do, boss, I created my own structure. Now is it going to have any impact on the permissions? No. It only says about what? What it says about only what? It only says visibility of the data. It only says about visibility of data. I hope you are good. Clear? Everyone has followed? What is a profile? Tells you what you can see, what you can perform. Whereas the role will say hierarchy. Where you stand in the hierarchy, who will report to you, to whom you are going to report, which data will be visible to you. Right. If you want to create any user, how will you create? Look at the format, setup, administer, manage users. Now we have user. Create a new user. Then give the username. Now we are going with HR manager, user license. What license I am giving? Salesforce. Because I have only two Salesforce licenses. One I gave to Satish, another I gave to student. Two licenses are completed. So I have to use only remaining licenses. That is the reason I am choosing Salesforce platform. What is the license I am giving here? What is the platform I am giving? Okay. Salesforce license. What is the profile I am giving? HR operation. So choose the profile, choose the role, choose the license, choose the profile. One user will have only one license, one profile, one role. One user will have only one license, one profile, one role. One user will have only one license, one profile, one role. So I have created this. Let me go back and see. Now I have created a Divya. Let me log into Divya. Verify Divya account. Look at this. Now Divya was not able to see any application, right? Why? The profile what I gave to Divya is HR operation. Go to HR operation profile. In the profile, you tell, look at this. No application was given. As a result, she was not able to see anything. Loan management, credit card. Loan management, credit card. Go to Divya. HR operations, credit card application, loan management application. Okay. Now if I make a change here, it will be reflected to Divya. Which application she was able to see? Loan management. Now previously this was not there. Now you are able to see because I gave access on this application. I hope you are getting my point. Clear for everyone? Okay. So basically, who will control what you can see? Your profile will control. Your profile will control what you can see. I hope you are getting my point. So one more user, let me give you navigation. How do you create a user? Setup, administer, manage users, users, new user. Then role, HR executive, license, Salesforce platform, profile, HR. I give one role, one profile, one license. And go to the user. And verify the account. This is what I have created. Then user created, new user created here, promote. Right, boss? So how are you creating the user? Setup, administer, manage users, user, new user. Enter the required fields, license, first role, profile, license. One user will have only one license. One user will have only one profile. One user will have one license. One user will have only one profile, one role. I hope you are good with this. Clear for everyone? Followed? Right? Now the question is, once the user is created, I cannot delete him. I can only deactivate him. Once the user is created, I cannot delete him. I can only deactivate him. Why? Let us say Satish is a branch manager. He sanctioned 10 crore loan to, let us say 10 crore loan to Apollo Hospital. Now he has sanctioned 10 crore loan to Apollo Hospital. Now Satish resigned from the company, but still on the database, who approved the loan? Satish. Who sanctioned the loan? Satish. Your data is still required, even though you are not available in the organization, but your data is still used. There is a reason. Once a user is created, I will not be able to. Once a user is created, I will not be able to delete him. If I want, I can only deactivate him. If I want, I can only deactivate him. Once a user is created, you cannot delete him. You can only deactivate him. So what is the deactivate? Look at this. Click on the edit. We have an option called, if I uncheck this, user was deactivated. When user was deactivated, total number of licenses, the license what I gave to Pramod will come back to organization. The license what I gave to Pramod will come back to organization. Let us see who is the user active now. Look at this. Satish is active, Divya is active, student is active, Pramod is active. 4 people are active. Go to the company profile. In the company profile, see Salesforce license. Total 2 are available. 2 of them are used. How many are remaining? Salesforce platform. 3 of them are given. 2 of them are used. 1 is remaining. 1 I gave to Divya. other I gave to Pramod. Okay, Salesforce license, Satish I gave, student. For Satish, 1 license, student 1 license. Platform, 1 for Divya, 1 for Pramod. How many are remaining? 1 is remaining. Now, when I deactivate, I am deactivating. Go to this Pramod. I am deactivating. When I deactivate, license given to the Pramod will come back to organization. What was this? License which I gave to Pramod, what was that? Given back. So how many of them are used? Only 1. Remaining are 2. So license given to Pramod will come back to organization. I can create 1 more user with the same license. So when you say deactivate, what does it mean? License given to the user will come back to the organization. When the license come back to the organization, he can no more log into the Salesforce. Right? Okay. Now we are giving, look at the point. We are going to Pramod. Here we have an option. What was it? Freeze. What is that? What is that word? Freeze. What is that freeze? Boss, if you lose your credit card, will you lock the card or will you deactivate the card? Lock the card. Lock the card means temporarily you are blocking it. But once everything is settled, we can unlock. When you deactivate the card, again I have to apply for a new card. But what I am doing here, I am only blocking the card. Block means locking the user for certain time. Now you are making an attempt. You are logging into account. Now let us see. Freeze. When I say freeze, you said freeze. Pramod is trying to log in. You said freeze. Pramod is trying to log in. Pramod given the username password, trying to log in. Login failed. Login failed. When login failed, this fellow made a call to administrator. He told, I am unable to log in. Then how does the administrator know why he is unable to log in? Under the admin, he has an option here. So what we have here? Login. What was that? Login step. There is a wrong username password. If you made an attempt with the wrong username password, there is no entry here. There is no entry here. So what I was doing? Go back again. Try to log in. I give right password, Salesforce 123 I give. But still not successful. Go back and see what is the reason. He says user is right. You can look at it. Invalid password. Now we can find out why the user is not able to log in. The reason will be available in the login history. Why the user is not able to log in, I can find the information in the login history. Why the user is unable to log in, I can find it in the login history. I can find it in the login history. Why the user is unable to log in, I can find out in the login history. Right, boss? When you are able to find out in the login history. So what is that? Again, if user is unable to log in, administrator will go to login history and find out. Okay. Then go to the company profile. So what we have here? How many licenses are active? 3. How many of them are used? How many of them are remaining? 3 are, 2 are in use, 1 is remaining. That means license what I gave to Pramod is still with Pramod, but he is not able to log in. Why? Because we freezed him for temporary purpose. I hope you are good with this. So I can freeze the user, I can deactivate the user. When you freeze the user can no more log in for temporary basis. But the license given to the user is still with the user. When you deactivate, he cannot log in, license given to him is still with, okay, is released back to organization. Freeze, license is still with the user. Deactivate, license given to the user is released back to organization. License given to the user is released back to organization. Freeze, license is still with the user, but he cannot log in. Deactivate, license will come back to organization. Deactivate, license will come back to organization, but the license what is given to the user is coming back to the organization. User cannot log in. I hope you are good. But can you delete the user? We cannot delete the user. License given to the user may or may not be with user, but still you cannot delete a user. Once a user is created, we cannot delete him, we can only deactivate him. I hope you are good. People are good. Every user will have how many roles? One role, one license, one profile. One role, one license, one profile. One role, one license, one profile. You cannot delete a user. You can only deactivate. You cannot delete a user. You can only deactivate. What is the difference between deactivate and freeze? Deactivate, license will come back to organization. Freeze. What is the freeze? License given to the user still remains with the user, but anymore you cannot log into the organization anymore. I hope you are good. Next, try to understand these points. Listen carefully, boss. These are the some of the permissions what we have. Try to understand this. Right. The option of creating a profile, option of creating a role, option of creating a user, business hours, these are available for only the users who have Salesforce license. People who purchase the Salesforce license, only they have the permission to create a profile, create a user, create a role. Who can create? Only people who purchased Salesforce license can perform creation of profile, creation of roles, creation of user. I have 3 profiles here. Admin profile, clerk profile. So this is what we got here. Now in the profile, I have taken some options here. First one, manage profile means you can create new profile, edit or delete the profiles. Manage role means you can delete, edit, create the roles. Manage internal user means you can create, modify the users. Manage business hours, at what time the people can log in. Manage IP address if you want to give any restrictions. Okay, reset the password if in case user is logged. Customize application. If you want to create any object, you should have this permission. If you want to create any tab, you should have this permission. If you want to create an application, object, tab, field, workflows, approval process, anything in the administration, you should have this. Are you clear? Creating a custom functionality, maybe an application, maybe an object, maybe a field, maybe a tab, maybe a workflow, maybe a workflow process, anything that you want to create, we require this permission. Now tell me, now here look at the question. Look at the question. In this organization, who can create new profiles? User A, user B, user C, M, N, O. Now it is not the question whether you are administrator or not administrator. The question is whoever has a permission of manage profiles, they can create a new profile or modify the profile. In the organization, who can create a new profile? A, B, C, M, N, O. Doesn't matter whether you are administrator or not administrator. Administrator is also one of the employee only. You have become administrator because your profile says you can create a profile. Okay, says system admin. If the same profile, if I give to 1,000 people, all the 1,000 people becomes system administrator. So user is also one of the employee. System administrator is also one of the employee. Because I gave you a profile called system admin, you have become admin. If I remove that profile, you'll be losing it. So whoever has the permission of manage profiles, they can create a new profile or modify or delete existing profile. Now who can create a new roles? X, Y, Z. Who can delete the existing roles? X, Y, Z. Now who can create a new user? A, B, C, X, Y, Z, M, N, O. Who can create a business hours? A, B, C, okay, M, N, O. Who can reset the password? A, B, C, M, N, O. Who can manage the IP address? X, Y, Z. Who can create a new object? X, Y, Z. Who can create a new application? X, Y, Z. Who can create a new field? X, Y, Z. Who can create a new workflow rule? X, Y, Z. Who can create a approval process? X, Y, Z. Who can, are you getting my point? Right. So, for your profile, every user will have one profile. Every user will have one profile. Every user will have one profile. Right. In that profile, whatever the options are enabled, those activities you can do. So if you want to create a report, if you want to create a profile, what is the option that should be enabled? Manage profile. If you want to create a report, if you want to create a roles, manage roles. If you want to create a user, manage user. If you want to business hours, manage it. So according to your profile, if this option is enabled, you can perform that activity. Are you clear? So manage profiles, manage roles, manage users, business hours, IP address, password, okay, reset password, customize application, like these options are there. When you enable this option, then the user will be able to perform that. I hope you're good. Clear? Okay. Now, how do you create these profiles again? Try to get my point. Story is clear? Everyone has followed this? Clear for everyone? Right, boss? Now look at this. Right. Now, try to get this story clearly. I'm just trying to. In the organization, I have some users suppose. Sham. Now for Sham, I told Sham should manage role, profile, Ram also should. But he has to give some extra activity called, say, manage password. Similarly, I told roles, reports, this is the permission what the people have. Now in this case, I am taking this. If you look at this, these two people have almost common permissions, right? And these two people have almost similar type of permission. These two people have almost similar type of permission. One or two extra permissions are there. Then what I will do? Create first profile with role, profile, business service. Okay. Now what was this? Role, profile. Okay, role, profile, reports, customize application. This profile, customize applications, business service. So whatever the permissions are there, those I'm going to create as a profile. Then assign this profile to Shaman Ram. This profile is given. Now, so what is the minimum permission that everybody is getting? That I have given through profile. In the profile we say minimum permission. If you want to give any extra permission to a particular user, if you want to give any particular permission to a user, who is he? For Ram, I require a password. Now both of them have almost same permission. I give the same profile. But for only Ram, I want to give extra permission. Then we have a concept called permission set. What is the concept? Permission. In the permission set, I will create password management. Then I will give this to whatever the common permissions are there, those I mentioned in the profile. Whatever the extra permissions are there, right? Minimum permission that everybody has common. Whatever the minimum permission that everybody has common, those I gave in the profile. Extra permissions, what are there? I am giving them through what? Permission set. Because not every user will have same set of permission. Right? So, when I want to give a profile to 10 people, whatever the common permissions are there for these 10 people, that I will create as a profile. The additional permissions what I want to give, I will assign them using a concept of permission set. Are you getting my point? So what is the concept of permission set? If you want to grant any extra permission to a specific user. Now, the same thing I will manage in different way now. Try to get my point once again. Now, what was this? Whatever the permission I gave in the profile, I cannot reduce it. Whatever the permission I gave in the profile, I cannot reduce it. Whatever the permission I gave in the profile, I cannot reduce it. If I want, I can increase it. Whatever the permission I give in the profile, I cannot reduce it. So once again, I'll give for Sham. Now look at this. So whatever the common permissions are there, this I gave a profile. Now whatever the extra permission you are giving, these two people require a passport. This guy require a repose. So create a permission set 1, assign to Ram, Kiran, Hari. Permission set 2, only to Hari. So what is the concept of permission set? This is granting extra set of permission to a specific user apart from what he is already getting through profile. So profile will give you minimum permission that is common for everyone. For this group of people, whatever the common permission they have, that I will be mentioning in the profile. If I have to give any extra set of permission, I will give it through permission set. I hope you are good. Look at this now. How do you create a permission set? Setup, manage users, permission set. Manage users, then we have permission set. New permission set. Then for which, if I want to give, if you want to give, you should specify the license. This category of license people will have this type of permission. This permission I can give. I cannot give this extra permission to everyone. If I want to create a CRM permission, you need to have Salesforce license. So I can give this permission set to only those people who have CRM license. Now let us see. I am designing this for Salesforce. Now go to objects. Whatever the permission you want to give, go to that objects and give it. Customer. Edit. Right now, go to this person and see. Before we create this, I'll give the permission on the things which you don't have. Credit card, accounts and contacts. You're only able to see accounts and contacts. Accounts and loan payment application. What he was able to see? Accounts and contacts. He is not able to see customer and other things. Okay. So what I'm doing? Permission set. New permission set. For HR group we are giving. What type of license we have? Salesforce platform license. Then we have objects. Now go to the customer object, edit, available, visible, permissions of read, edit, delete, on all the fields, giving the permission on the fields, which object, tab, fields we are giving permissions. I told I create a permission set which is giving a permission on the customer object, customer tab and fields. Now to whom you want to give? To whom you want to go? Go to the user, go to the promote, scroll down, what we give? Permission set. Set. Give HR group and save it. Now go to promote. Previously you don't have access on customer object. Now you got access on customer object. Are you getting my point? Am I clear? So what was that? According to your profile you don't have the permission, but I created a permission set. I gave permission on this. In the permission set, customer object, read, edit, delete. On the tab I gave and I told these are the fields. Then what did I do? I went to a particular user, added this permission set to user. That user is getting this extra permission. So whatever the common permissions are there, those I am managing through profile. If I want to give any extra permission to a specific user, I will go with the permission set. I hope you are good. Once again, look at this. Setup, administer, manage users, permission sets, then for which license you are giving? Salesforce platform. Please mute your mics. Everyone mute your mic. Test group, for which license I am giving? Salesforce. Now they have everything in the profile we have. Here also we have the same. Object permission, app permission, classes, Visual Force. Now all this we have. So let us go to this. Object settings, because we are done with the objects, I am working on it. So we are done with courses. Here is the course. Then we create a permission set. Then go to the create a permission set, go to the user, then scroll down. What we have? Permission set. Right. This is how we created. Right, boss? I'm clear. So profile and permission set. So what we have discussed: profile, role, user, permission set. Okay, profile will tell what user can see, what user can perform in the organization. How many types of profiles we have? Two types: standard and custom. Standard cannot be deleted. Every custom profile is a copy of any one of the existing. Every custom profile is created for a particular profile group. Right. Next, role. Role will specify hierarchical structure and which data you can see. Role will not give any permissions. It only say where you stand. Okay, who will be below you, who is above you. Then every user require one role, one license, one profile. Once you deactivate, license will go back. Once you freeze, user cannot log in. Now, what you can do in the profile, whatever the permissions we have, you can do it. If I want to create an object, customize application. If you want to create a permission set, manage profile and permission set. If I want to create a new user, manage internal user. If I want to create a role, manage role. If I want to set the business hours, manage business hour. If I want to create application, customize application. So if you have that permission, you can do it. Who will have this permission? Any user who purchased Salesforce license will have the option of creating the role, user, profile. I hope everything is clear. Now, what is the purpose of going for a permission set? Okay, if you want to grant any extra permission to a specific user, 10 people have one profile. 10 people have one profile. Out of the 10 people, for one particular user, I want to give extra permission. What will you do? Go for permission set. Go for permission set and assign the permission set to user. I hope you are good. Clear? Okay. So you can access the notes from the account.